I'm opening the door to a brand new day. That's right. A brand new day. Look at all the a brand new day. That's right. Fully vaccinated Dave on a brand new day here in beautiful Western North Carolina. Yeah, where all the nomads are coming. Oh, they're going to be lined up at the Burger King to get their Whoppers from Camo Dave. And that's right, I'm going to need a lot of Burger King gift cards and stuff. God. All right, let's talk about Eli the computer guy. Okay, I was in Springfield, Virginia. Windy. It's going to be windy today. I hope there's no wind noise out here. Another beautiful day. Look at that. Man. I was in Springfield, Virginia a couple of years ago there at the Dungeon and all that. I was eating at a Subway sandwich shop with a friend, and I swear Eli the computer guy came in. Looks like he's 40-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. He's, kind of balding on top. Good-looking guy with a nice trimmed beard. And he's been doing a channel for many years in the D.C. area, Baltimore area. I think he was living up in the Baltimore area where, he talked about computer stuff, networking. Very, very smart guy. Always wears like this orange. He used to wear this, I don't think he does anymore, the orange kind of hoodie kind of thing. And, he has a certain, black shirts, orange hoodies, that kind of thing. Anyway, good channel. I've always been watching him off and on for many years. Hey, look at the green dust. Holy cow. Camo Dave. Yeah. So anyway, I've been watching him for many years, and I do enjoy his channel, Eli the computer guy. And, and so what he's done, in the last year or so, he's made some big changes. He's been talking a lot more about political things, especially when it comes to social media. His channel is kind of less and less on actual networking and computery stuff and more on political things. He does these rants and he talks for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And it's been I enjoy the channel. Sometimes he takes kind of political sides on things, but he tries to keep it down the middle, and he talks a lot, about big tech companies, and a lot of stuff about Google, a lot of stuff about, social media and all the, big social media stuff and that kind of thing. And he does get into some political issues. He talks about the politics involving the the V and the pandemic, and he does a lot of videos on that, and he gets strikes. I mean, he's had 3 or 4 strikes in the last half year or so. People don't like what he says, and they report him. And then, Google, YouTube. YouTube is a weird place. You got to follow their rules. Good morning, Adam. Lil Lam. You got to follow their rules. That's just the way they are. So, there's certain things you can and can't say or whatever. So he's, he has over 1 million subs too. He's really gotten big over the years. So, and he's made some decent money. So he and his wife have just recently moved from Maryland down to Western North Carolina. They have a nice place there in the Asheville area. He's got some office space there, right smack down in downtown Asheville. I think it's Patton Street there. It's right the main drag there, right in downtown Asheville, North Carolina. And, he is he's setting up what he calls a Silicon Dojo, where he's going to be, doing training people on, meetups and training people on various computery things, networking things, and stuff like that. So that looks pretty cool. So anyway, so his channel gets almost shut down. He has been talking a lot about political things, the elections, how it affects, big business in terms of the media business, in terms of, the techie stuff. He gets into all that. And again, he doesn't really take sides, but he just, he kind of is snarky too. He has a kind of a snarky attitude. So he got a bunch of strikes on his channel for violating YouTube's rules on talking about the V. You can't spread disinformation and stuff like that, and various stuff. So, he's had to sit out a couple weeks, not being able to post and not being able to upload, stuff like that. So anyway, he is, there's my, duct tape is coming up there. I gotta fix things. Anyway, this is a ratty little setup I have here, isn't it? So anyway, he's got the Silicon Dojo office set up, and he's doing that now, and he's, and that's what he's talking about now, that his channel's back up. But he said that his channel has gone to S in a handbasket. Hell in a handbasket regarding his monetization. I think Social Blade estimated he's making over $2K a month on, which is okay. It's not really to live on, but, in most environments. But he has been making some money on YouTube, and he says that money has really dropped down. What has happened? And I hear this from other YouTubers. Fran Blanche, she does this Fran Lab channel there in Philadelphia. She doesn't even get into politics much, but for some reason what YouTube does, if you do advertising, if you do content that isn't ad friendly, or they determine isn't ad friendly because you're talking too much politics, you're talking too much about Google and YouTube, etc., etc., it's not ad friendly stuff. What they will do is what I call put you in the penalty box. Okay, now YouTube can, for any reason, shut your channel down. They can just pull your monetization. They can shut you down. They can do anything like that. But what they can also do is just put you in the penalty box. Your channel stays up. Your monetization is technically up, but you are kind of off on the side, okay? And if you go on like long rants during your live streams where you're talking about politics and BLM and elections and Trump and viruses and stuff, they'll do that to you. They will stick you in a penalty box. And what happens when you're in the penalty box? And some people I think have called, what is it, the term? I don't know, some sort of a blacklisting thing, or so, I don't know what they call it. Anyway, it's kind of, they put you off on the side. And so what happens is your channel stays up, your monetization stays up, but you're not getting a lot of ads, so, people aren't, you're not making any money. They're not throwing ads on your channel, even though you're technically still monetized. Your views go way down because what they're doing is they're not promoting your channel, they're not putting it in the recommendations list anymore. But basically what happens is your subscribers can see your videos come up, and basically your subscribers can see that, and otherwise you're just not being promoted. So you're being put off on the side, so to speak. And you do see a number of these channels with a lot of subscribers that people have really built their channels to something, a million subscribers, getting something like what would normally get, if they got 20,000 subscribers in terms of the views. They're just not being promoted by YouTube. They're not being hyped by YouTube. YouTube is not giving them ads, even though they're technically monetized. So their ad revenue drops way down, their view count drops way down, and they do get their core audience, and their channel is still up. And you do see that happening to some of these channels. And Eli was talking about that in one of his latest videos, that, he's watching his channel just kind of lumbering around there. And that is one of the reasons why he's doing the Social Dojo thing. Dojo is, what is a Japanese word for kind of means kind of insight coming together and stuff like that. So that's what a dojo is. You kind of brainstorm, that kind of thing. So he's trying to get this new business going in Asheville, which is kind of like it's not really a high-tech town like you would say Research Triangle or even Northern Virginia is, or Silicon Valley, but it's getting there. It's on its way to becoming a techie kind of town, I guess, in some degree. But he's trying to build his business up there, and he's kind of now viewing his kind of life as post-YouTube. He's been there, he's been up to the top of the mountain with YouTube, and now he's on the downward trend. And, he is dealing with what a lot of people deal with on YouTube, and that is having to really watch what you say, especially when it comes to popular culture and stuff like that. You've got to really watch it. What is going on here in the park? There's so many people here. I guess it's kiddie day. I don't know. There's like school kids all over the place. I thought it'd be empty here. It's only, 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, so that is what's going on. It's interesting. They kind of, we talked to Rosie. Rosie is, I've emailed Rosie occasionally, but Rosie O'Kelly, she's familiar with what this is. Basically that, you know, she's heard about certain channels. I think they did this with Elvis to some degree, Elvis Travels, was they basically just take your channel and stick it off to the side, and, you know, you stay up, they're not going to shut you down, but, you know, you really just kind of are, your subscribers can see you, but that's it. You're not getting promoted, you're not getting advertising revenue, they're not doing any of that stuff for you. So, you know, everything just drops, okay? Your views drop. You can't get a really good circulation on your videos considering all the subscribers that you have. So I don't know, kind of interesting. I like Eli the Computer Guy. Check him out there. Hey, if he's watching, I don't know if he's going to watch this, but you know, I'll buy you lunch and I'll do better than Burger King. Okay, I'll come out to Asheville and we'll go to a nice sit-down, fancy schmancy falafel place or something, some Middle Eastern or something like that. I always like that. Maybe a Greeky place. There's got to be a good Greek restaurant there in Asheville. So we'll do that, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I like Eli. I want to chat with him about what's going on with YouTube and all the kind of stuff offline, off-grid, because I really do find his take on stuff very fascinating, but his kind of what it's like to be down on the downside. His channel is still up. His channel is still up, but you got to really, it's like the future. You got to watch whatever you say because you don't want to make the PC gods mad, right? Oh, no. All right, thanks for watching this little Camo Dave rants. My Dachshund says I need to get mad when I rant. I'm mad, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Thanks for watching. Vlog Under.